Hi YouTube. Well, we're inside my Peugeot 206 and I have a slight problem with the blower fan. It has stopped cooperating. It works perfectly on 4, but on 1 to 3 there's no air circulation. It's kind of a pain. The reason for it is that this unit has stopped working. It's the blower resistor. Blower fan resistor actually, and the defective part on this one is the thermal fuse. You can see it there with the red dot. It's rated for 144 degrees centigrade, and all the wires that are wound up there is actually wire wound resistors. You see there's 3 of them. So I'll show you how to replace this. And it's a quite easy fix. It takes no time at all. Okay, if you want to fix it, all you gotta do is put this one over to recirculation, and when you do that, up behind the glove box, you don't need to take the glove box out, but behind the glove box, all the way up there, you can see it? There's a little shiny thing up there. That's what you want to replace, and you do that by grab hold of it and you twist it, and then you can drag it out and pull the electrical wires out of the clip. So that's how to change it. If you hang on for a second, you can actually see, let's get the light right, you can see the hatch opening when you open and close for the recirculation. See, like that. So grab a hold of it with my fat fingers. No, I can't do it now. And twist it, and you can yank it out. That's all you have to do to make this repair. Okay, here's a quick explanation of how this stuff actually works. See, fresh air is usually drawn through this pollen filter, and then through the duct, and through this metal thing with the wire wound resistors. It's actually sitting like this in the duct. The airflow that is passing through is actually a part of cooling the wire wound resistors, and it's actually made a bit stupid, I think. If there isn't a airflow that is big enough around the wire wound resistors, they will heat up and this thermal fuse will break. And that's a good thing. I mean, it's supposed to. But I mean, there's so many other ways it could have been made. Anyway, it probably broke because I was a pig and didn't change my pollen filter, and a huge layer of gunk ended up here on top of it and restricted the airflow. And when the airflow is restricted, the temperature in the wire wound resistors will rise, and the thermal fuse, well, it tripped. And I'm the one who is to pay for it and blame for it. So what you gotta do is set your vent to recirculation, and this hatch will open up, and it actually opens up like that, and it closes off this part, and the blower fan will take air from the cabin that way in. And you can get your hand up there. You probably want to get a hold of a midget or a kid with, I don't know, short legs and long arms to yank it out. It's kind of a pain to get at. But it's not really a problem. All you gotta do is twist it and yank it down, and you can clip the connector off and replace it with a new one. And a new one, you can get that at the junkyard. I think I paid like $5 for it. And if you, oh, that's not a new one, that's a used one, but I mean, it's as good as new. And a brand new one, you can get that for around $40. It's not that big of a deal. You can also repair it, and if you want to buy the spare parts on eBay to repair it, it costs like, I don't know, $2 or something like that, sent from China if you want to wait for it. This thermal fuse is rated for 144 degrees Celsius, and all you've got to have is clip it and replace it, but you probably can't solder on it, or I wouldn't recommend soldering. You probably need to use some screw terminals to fasten it. But I'm pretty sure it will work okay. Some of these resistor blocks has a slightly different kind of thermal fuse. It's actually just two pieces of metal that are soldered together and they're sitting in the middle. And this one guy I talked to, he said, oh yeah, well, you can actually see they're sprung from each other, and all you gotta do is press them together and solder on it. Well, there's a bit of a problem with that. See, the solder that the factory used in order to make a thermal fuse out of it, it has a melting point of around 144 degrees or 150 degrees. If you use common solder to solder it back together, well, that has a melting point of around 225 degrees. So, I mean, you risk overheating the system when you do that, but it'll work. It'll work for sure. So you can try it if you want. But otherwise, just buy one of these. Yeah. Actually, you can use an ohm meter to see if it's actually broken or not. It could actually be other problems too, but usually it's just this one. If you ohm on it, it's supposed to say like, I don't know, 10 ohms or something like that, if it's okay. If it's broken, it will be like mega ohms, or none at all. I mean, depending on what equipment you have to measure it with, but you won't be in doubt. And it works, it's about 10 ohms. So, what you gotta do, it sits like this, and you yank it, or you twist it like this, and you yank it down, and you can dismount the wires. Yeah, that's all for now. Have fun, I hope this helped. Bye.